Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of Joe Boo's Day Job. We're here at the Red Brick House, a place that we have been literally since the end of last football season, have been really just pushing as hard as we can to get this place together and done. And we've made a lot of progress on it. We are actually able to stay here, me and my lovely bride. And we've been coming down for a few days a week. Yesterday, of course, was football Sunday, and we're back today for 3 or 4 days or so. But this week is a huge week because we've gotten so far on this place. It is just amazing when I look at this place and see how it is. You know, when I think back to when last summer we were tearing this section off and having to rebuild it, how I literally looked like Morton Downey Jr. in Rolling Thunder, you know, where he's got blackface on and dirty. To see the deck out here, to see the chairs, the table, and all that, to me is just incredible. So this week is big because tomorrow night we actually have some people from the Red Brick Committee, the people who originally started trying to save this place, and the Waynesboro Historic Society wanting to actually have a meeting here tomorrow. So me and the wife are going to be cleaning up and sprucing up as much as we can, because we said we're not finished with the place. But they're like, no, just like this place compared to what we saw it like in 2016 to now is incredible. And that was a couple of weeks ago. So it'll be nice for them to see how it's even changed from a couple of weeks ago. A couple of things that we're doing. We actually have our antique drafting table. My wife said she needed her desk, and we've actually had it up in our attic in storage for a while, and we brought that down, so she's got that. And I've been using a table as like my studio table, but it's really too big for what I need. And so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to build a multi-purpose studio desk that'll be movable. It's going to be on wheels, but it'll be able to go to the wall. It'll only be about, when the drop leaf on it's down, it'll only be about 16 inches deep, and can be used as like a bar or a little knick-knack table and stuff. But then you have the wheels, so you can wheel it out, and I can move it wherever I need to, and then it'll have extra space by having the wing on it be able to open. So this morning before we left, I went through. Now this is what's cool. This right here is one of the 2x6s from the house. What I ended up doing was pulling out all the nails from it. You can see the live edge that's on here. Pulling out the nails on it and joining one side of it, running it on the table saw on both sides, and then finishing it off with the bandsaw, and then running it through my thickness sander to give me some of the wood. And so what we're going to do, this was actually a 2x4 here. We're going to laminate these together, and this is going to be the drop leaf for one side, and this is some of the wood that actually came from the closet. So we're going to take these pieces. This was actually a burn piece, but I cut it off on there where it was burned. But we're going to actually glue these two pieces up, so this will be the top of the unit. And so it'll be about 4 feet across. It'll be 30 inches tall, because that's our desk height and things. And the back side of this will fold down, so that way when it's not being used, it can be against the wall. When it is being used and I need it for my studio desk, that side will raise up, and then I've got more space, of course, that's sitting here, and then we have a nice front. Now for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make it out of oak plywood, and what I'll do is some more of the wood that I have to reclaim, eventually I'll cover the outside with that wood, so that way it will look completely like antique heart pine. So we're going to be doing that. I needed to get some more wood so that way we can finish doing the soffit upstairs. And I have the 2 doors for the cabinet on the other side over there. We're going to be finishing those off, getting those varnished. And right here, these are the pieces for the doors for the vanities. So I'll get those glued up, and we're going to get everything out of here so it's all nice and clean for when we have the historic committee come through. So we're going to be doing, we got a lot. Now I have to give major props to my bride, because before we left, after I stepped on the floor and messed up my foot, I ended up, or she ended up cleaning up all of this stuff in here. She cleaned the heck out of it. and it looks so much better. I don't know where the, oh, here it is. There's a remote. We need to mount this. Put the lights on. There we go. Let's see, it's dimmable. There we go. Put it up. She ended up cleaning the heck out of this place. It looks so much better organized and clean. She is the organization queen. And before we left, though, I did get the plastering, the sand coat of plaster on here, which makes that look a lot better. And what we're gonna do, I went out and I picked up some hinges. I'm gonna get this door. I know that it had a problem closing. I have to undercut a little bit off of it because once we jacked up the floors, it was dragging. But we're gonna get this door put on, and also to the closet door. And that's gonna be something else that's gonna make this look a lot better. And we're going to go through, and I've got all this wood over here is actually for trimming out the doors for the closet and for the bedroom door. So we'll get those trimmed. Haven't had time to finish making the doors, but you know, you can only do what you can do. But we're definitely going to be hitting a lot of that stuff and getting it looking as good as possible for our historic committee coming through and seeing the place. I'm actually really excited about that happening. So we'll do a lot of things, like we put up these mini blinds here. I mean, these shades that are like $6 shades, but we actually have some really nice mini blinds or shades and things that'll go up. We'll put those on. And we got the stove, before I left, put back in place. We just got here, so we got a lot of stuff on it. But I'm gonna eventually have to polish this. I'll probably end up putting another coat on the edges all the way around, so that way it starts sealing it. So that's where we are, and we'll see how we are by 5 o'clock. Was it 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock they're having a meeting? Okay, we'll see where we are with the meeting tomorrow. But we're gonna have all this stuff out of here. We're gonna have it nice and cleaned up, and we're gonna see how pretty we can make it look. Yeah, it's a lot of work to do this place, but it's truly a labor of love, and I love the labor. I think, is that how it goes? I guess that's how it goes. Well, let me get some glue. Get this glued up and clamped first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wet the walls, because I do have some finished plaster here, and I will finish the plaster up there on top with the finished plaster, so that way the walls upstairs at least are finished plaster. And one other thing I'm gonna do too is I have I need to get an Ethernet cable upstairs into the attic as well, or up into the second floor. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna run that it's not seen. Always work to do. I'll see you soon.